Let's start again. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me all right. I'm on a different microphone. That's why I'm asking. So, yeah, I was muted there for a second. Whoops. And don't mind me. I'm not ready for the day, so I'm going to get ready for the day as we are listening to Betty. Actually, I have this. Get ready for the day. Oh, okay. I have my iPad up here so I can listen to the sound. So yeah, okay, it does sound good. I usually just do that in the other room. I don't know why I didn't do that here. But I'm going to turn my camera off for just a second. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Betty. And actually, before we get started, I was going to show you a couple things. And I'm sorry that the intro was so long, the music. I usually don't have it that long, but the Amazon man came. Like right whenever I was getting on the live. The doorbell rang and I was like, oh, who's that? Who's that? So, yeah. But if you're new to the channel, this is your first time here. I'm Tanya. This is Unfiltered with Tanya. I don't even know where to look. I got the camera there. I'm on a web camera today, so I'm not in my usual setup, but this will be kind of my setup for Unfiltered. The camera angle will be better. Like, I don't know if we could make it any better right now, but we'll make that better. Sound will be better. Everything will be better. But if you are not new to the channel, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another live. I do appreciate it. This channel has kind of taken off. It's so exciting. It's just really, really exciting when your channel is growing, and this one is growing. Both of them are growing. So we're flourishing over here, which is great. If you're into true crime and you don't know about my other channel, I do have a true crime channel. It's called Titanium Built. We have a little over, actually, we're close to 19,000 subscribers now. So we're got a little more than over here. But I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the day today. I think I could do it. I think we need like 30. I think we could do it. But before we get started, just nothing important, but I wanted to show you guys my pumpkin pillow. Remember how I wanted that pumpkin pillow and the whole story to get it? Okay, I won't tell you the whole story to get it again, but like, tell me if this is not the cutest pumpkin you've ever seen. Like, this looks like something that belongs in my grandmother's home. I don't know why it looks so old, like vintage looking, but I had to have it. I had to have this. I'm going to sit it somewhere else. So the other day we were out at the store and I come back and the pumpkin pillow is in the living room. I was like, oh my gosh, one of the dogs. And I know it was a Riley. If she would have chewed this pillow, I would have cried. I told Vincent, I said, I would have actually probably cried. And I'm not a crier. Thank you guys. Isn't that cute? So I'll tell you the short version of the story. I got it at Target. I saw it at Target one day. This lady was grabbing one. There was like 10 up there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of ugly. I don't know if I like that, right? And I was like, I don't know if I like that pillow. Well, then when I went back like the next day, they were all gone. And so then I wanted it. So I looked at some other stores. The closest one was like 2 hours away. I was like, okay, if I go like to Columbus or something, maybe I'll stop up there and I'll grab the pillow. Well, that we ended up not doing that. So I went to the doctor, or we were up there for some reason in Columbus, and we happened to go to their Super Walmart, or not Super Walmart, but Super Target there on campus. And I literally was walking down the aisle to look for this pillow, and behind some other pillows, that pillow was just sitting there. It was the last one. So I was like, oh, I screamed. I was like, oh, can I get this? Can I get this? So I got it to go with this blanket. This blanket's really, really soft. So it's like my little setup for Unfiltered. So this is what it looks like, I guess, for this channel. I wish you guys could see better. Like, I have like a cute little like pumpkin candle right here. It's like the vanilla one. They're hard to get open. Sorry, there we go. Pumpkin pillow, or pumpkin, not pumpkin pillow, pumpkin candle. We're pumpkining it up over here, guys. We're pumpkining it up. Okay, so let's get into Betty and let's see what she's been up to. So she thinks that there's a news organization, WSMV, and she thinks that they did false reporting. Didn't get through the live that she went over. It's a video. Well, it's a video, but it's a live, I believe, from her TikTok. So she's probably going to say stuff about SF Investigates. That's the only thing I could think of, because that's what she loves to go to. That's her, her go-to deal. Whenever it comes to this, because he's involved in the injunction. He wrote his own paperwork and motions, and now it's just spun out of control. And here we are reviewing the mess. So Betty put, did they intentionally lie? I was like, oh, and it's SMV. So let me pull up. And as we watch Betty, I'm going to get ready for the day, if you guys don't mind. I figured might as well do it on this channel, because it's fun that way. Well, there's Bullhorn Bed. Let's just pull that up and then I'll find it, because I'm like, there's so much. Okay. I think there's one with a video. Why does this one look funky? Okay. I don't know why this one looks weird. Like it's missing something. Okay. So let's look at this. This lady here, I love her outfit. I don't know if it's a dress or a shirt or whatever, but I love that green, that emerald. It is beautiful. It says the PI claims he is truly looking for Sebastian, and Dwayne Dog Chapman and his employees aren't licensed and are simply involved for fame. This is just a 48 little second clip. They're not getting very far. They're not getting very far. So if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all the buttons. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Who is all here today, actually, before we get started? Look at me just getting into stuff, not saying hi to my friends. Connie was in here. I don't know if she's still here. I said hello, but it was a little bit later. Hey, Judy, proud of me. Ashley's in here in that green. I love that. Hey, Cheryl, how are you doing today? Which place? Oh, wait. Got rent increased it. Really? And they're spraying again for the 29th. Another motel stay. Wow. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Is it if you don't mind me asking, is it I'm not government housing, but when you're older, I don't know how to explain it. My mom lived in an apartment, and I swear it was a nursing home, because everyone was older, but everybody was capable to do things. So they all just you had to be 61 or older to live there. And I remember she was having problems with her place all the time too. There wasn't ever they weren't spraying or anything. It was just, I don't know, just the people there were kind of weird. They were really weird, actually. This guy used to come out and ask my mom if she could go play with him. And I'm like, no, my mother cannot go play with you, you weirdo. Hey, Shay, is it Shay or Shally? Tongue allegedly. I love the allegedly. Lily Rose, welcome in. Pancakes is here. Hindsight. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Hey, Catherine. I don't know if I said hi to you, but I might have said hi to you twice. Oh, there's Connie. Hey, Floor. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. I'm getting towards the bottom, I think. Hey, Sunflower. Oh, thank you, Sunflower. She said, today I watched your story this morning on what happened to you and your accident. All I have to say is what a strong, courageous woman you are. Thank you. I really appreciate. That means a lot. That means a lot. It was a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. But your body just does it. I mean, I don't know. My body did. I was blessed, to have that willpower, to want to get better, because some people, there are a lot of people, when they get in a car accident or some trauma like that, they say, F it, and they just go into a depression, and they don't want to get better. And I don't know. I was the opposite. I was like, what we got to do? I don't know what it was. I think it was the rugs they had me on. I think they had me on a really good regimen of something, because I was always sure, I was just happy and super happy. I don't know what they had me on. Thank you, Sunflower. Right, Ashley, it's never been an option. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. It's never been an option. So I just keep, That's exactly how it is. That's how I feel. So, okay, let's listen to her. She this is a different lady. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's listen. Let's listen to what she has to say about. What does it say? This is breaking news about a school threat.
The father of missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers and reality TV star Dog the Bounty Hunter are filing an injunction against several people who are searching for Sebastian right now. Seth Rogers joined Dwayne Dog Chapman's injunction request, which cites interference and obstruction as a reason for the filing. Stephen Fisher filed an opposition to the request, saying he is the only licensed private investigator involved in the search for the missing boy. He claims that Chapman's company has not set foot in Tennessee and said they used unlicensed personnel and illegal tactics to gain information in cases. You have been looking at multiple pictures here of Sebastian Rogers. The young man went missing nearly 8 months ago now. His mother and stepfather said he left their Hendersonville home in February and never returned.
My story is quite good.
Your story is quite good. Not every one of
110. Wowza. It's so good to see you, JJ. Yeah, this is my second channel. This is the second one. I don't know. It's a second channel, but it's like not. I don't like calling it that. So there was a couple people that came out with videos. One of them I put on the community tab for you guys. I'm not the type of person that's going to make a whole live out of a 2-minute. What was this? A 2-minute 46-second video. So I just put it there for you guys to watch if you wanted to. And then I figured if we were on a live and I could show it to you, I would show it to you. But apparently something in that Betty is saying, is wrong. I don't know what my dog's doing out there, by the way. She's being rotten, I think. But we'll read through this. So this is their article. So they had that video, WSMV, and then they had an article. And I'm not sure which one Betty's talking about. That is wrong. So I figured we'd watch the video that we just watched. We'll read through this article, and then we'll watch the Betty video to see what she says is wrong. And then we could pull this back up if we need to. But I'm sure we'll retain it because we're pretty smart people in this group. But it says Hendersonville, Tennessee. Seth Rogers, father of missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, recently joined Dwayne Dog Chapman in filing a preliminary injunction against several people who have joined the search for the teenager. Actually, let me sit back a little bit, and relax. So let's see. The injunction request cites interference and obstruction as the reason for the filing. Interference and obstruction. One private investigator involved in the search, Stephen Fisher, filed a non-party opposition to the injunction request, claiming he is actively engaged in the search for Sebastian, and a preliminary and ultimately permanent would undermine the real search for the boy. My standing as a non-party opposer in this case arises from the plaintiff's attempts to secure a preliminary and permanent injunction. Fisher explains of his opposition, which would undermine the integrity of the investigation by silencing media personalities, obstructing public dialogue, and acquiring communications and data. And I'm sorry, I'm not. If someone comes to me and they're like, delete all your video, I don't know what videos I talked about anybody in. And I never talked about anybody that was I never talked mean about anyone. I don't do that, That's not part of my shtick. But I will come at you with some facts. And with some, things that you've said, but I won't make anything up. Fisher states in the opposition that he is the only licensed investigator involved in the search, and At Night Media, Dog the Bounty Hunter's company, has yet to set foot in Tennessee and use unlicensed personnel and illegal tactics to gain information in cases. One At Night Media employee, according to Fisher, is on parole and is barred from engaging with law enforcement in any capacity. Nick the Hat. The initial motion for a preliminary injunction was filed in Pennsylvania, where At Night Media is located. The motion was aimed at two people, Stephanie Jo Trude and Jessica Linsing, who were using their social platforms to aid in the search for Sebastian. Hold on a sec. At Night, I thought that they said, maybe it's somebody else, but I thought that At Night said that they were located at one World Trade Center, one of the world, it's not even there anymore, but I guess there's a building there. But it was one World Center Drive, Trade Center Drive. But it could have been I'm pretty sure it was at night. So how can you have to be in Pennsylvania because he can't leave the state? I don't know. And I'm sorry that I just read their names. I didn't even think about that. So I'm really sorry. Shit. I didn't even think about that when I just read it along. It says Seth Rogers and Dog the Bounty Hunter claim the two and anyone else launching their own search efforts was an obstruction and will actually interfering in the search. Well, the thing is, I mean, Barbecue Lady is out there putting out flyers and stuff like that, right? She's doing some really good things. But Jessica's in Pennsylvania. She's not doing anything but being online. Their illegal activities are unlicensed investigators should not be protected, and granting an injunction would harm the public interest by silencing critical reporting on the matter of public concern. Sebastian was reported missing on February 26th after his mother and stepfather said he left their home in Hendersonville and never returned. Sebastian reportedly has autism and was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and black squared frame glasses, according to his family. Okay, so those are I believe those are all of them. Oh, we'll play this one too, just because, just in case she brings it up, because this is this is the first one that came out. When did this come out? A day ago. So it hasn't been out that long. And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you so much. I do. And let me know if you think okay, so I don't know if this looks like pajamas or not, but Vincent said it does, and now I feel like it does. It's like a two-piece. So you let me know. I'll have to stand up in a minute.
Dog the Bounty Hunter and Sebastian Rogers' father filed an injunction against two social media influencers in Pennsylvania. They claim the YouTuber and TikToker are obstructing the search for Sebastian Rogers. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry breaks down statements included in this lawsuit.
An 18-page injunction backed by a 323-page list of exhibits and testimonies was filed last Friday. The plaintiffs include Dog the Bounty Hunter, Sebastian Rogers' father, Seth, and the father's spokesperson, Tony Mathis, as well as YouTuber Andrew Griffin. The lawsuit alleges two influencers, a YouTuber and TikToker, created a, quote, coordinated campaign of cyber harassment, false allegations, and witness intimidation. The lawsuit ties back to the search for missing Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers. He was last seen in February at his family home in Hendersonville. Dog the Bounty Hunter joined the search for Sebastian in September and added $75,000 to the reward for information, now totaling $125,000. The plaintiffs claim the influencers encourage their subscribers to flood tip lines, and law enforcement with false reports have threatened Dog the Bounty Hunter and other searchers, allegedly slowing down critical travel and coordination for search efforts. A spokesperson for Sebastian's father said one of the influencers threatened to, quote, take him down, while Sebastian's dad wrote, quote, I'm fighting against a coordinated group of individuals who seem more interested in destroying me than helping to find my boy. He went on to say, quote, if my son dies...
Yeah, this is untrue. When have we ever heard... I don't know about Barbecue Lady because I don't watch her, but I do watch Granny's Watching. And I've never heard Granny's Watching ever say, go after Seth Rogers. I've never heard her say, call his job, like anything like that. So that, like, to me, this is like so weird. Hey, Suze. Hey, Faith. Welcome in, everyone. Hey, Stalker. Welcome in. True Crime Karens. I love that name. Sean, you should be more focused on finding your son than being on YouTube panels. Yeah, in my opinion. Me too. Yeah, me too. Even in the news like this isn't helping finding Sebastian. This is shit. Like, let's just be real. This is just shit. That shouldn't be going on. Betty has yet again inserted herself. And this time, it's like different. I don't know if they're doing this for a documentary, but I'm telling you, they're not doing it because they care about this boy, this Sebastian, 15 years old. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact. You ain't gonna tell me differently, because the people that are involved in this little group that they have are all money hungry sharks. That's what they are. Let's just be real. In my opinion, in all of our probably our opinions, that's what they are. And they're after something. They may not be after it in the injunction, but something's going to happen afterwards. Bet you believe that. Bet you believe that. And they'll all start getting fundraisers going or whatever, like for themselves, so that they can get money for attorneys, even though this injunction hasn't even been filed yet. It's craziness. And oh yeah, I want to know about the other $75,000 that Dog's promising. Does he even have $75,000 in the bank? Like, really? Help me out, Dog. Don't be slow, computer, because I got everything hooked up. It might be. It says I got full bar. Now it doesn't want to play. Now it's just. Let's see if it'll play. I think it's because I have like everything hooked up, like my mic and my camera. What if I don't want to restart my device. I just stop the screen. I'm like, I don't want to restart the device. Maybe if I turn my camera off. Let's make sure Betty will play. Oh, did you guys see the note say no to stop bullying? What is this? I may have to unplug my camera. It's being really slow. Okay. I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm going to leave the studio and come back in and see if that helps any. Okay, can you guys hear me? You can hear me now. Okay, I'm just going to unplug that. We're just going to go off of my MacBook speakers. Hopefully the sound isn't terrible, but I think it's because I'm plugged into too many things or something. And I really wanted to have my camera on, but I think if I turn my camera on, it'll be a really weird angle because it'll be like my regular camera, but I could try. Wait, actually, I've got to bring it up, pull it up. Let's see if it's like slow. It was being really slow. And it's never like slow like that. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys all for waiting. I do appreciate it so, so much. Okay, I got to back up. So I wanted to show you guys this. She has an anti-bullying video up. Like, oh, come on now, Betty, you know? Come on now, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. I sound good. Okay, good. Usually like MacBook is pretty good, you know, like or like Apple products are pretty good. Their speakers are. So I'm glad that it's okay. So I'm going to play this video. It's 8 minutes, 30 seconds. We will stop for commentary because I'm sure that we will need it. This is her We Say No, National Bullying Awareness Month.
Hey guys, I know it's been a while since we got a TikTok live, but we do. Bullhorn Betty went on our channel on TikTok. It's been a long time since I've had the ability to go on TikTok and make a video and make a live. I'm so thankful. I feel like life is getting somewhat back to normal after these hurricanes and everything that's been going on. So anyways, I wanted to just say hi to my YouTube family. I'm throwing out some videos today. And here is our short TikTok live that I did on break with Leilani Simon. I'm watching the Leilani Simon trial today to get a good understanding of what's going on and just how right we were. It's just hitting one ball out of the park at a time.
She wasn't right about anything. Anything. Not one thing. Not oh my Betty.
Time in this case. We do great work here on the Bullhorn Betty channel, and I hope all of you appreciate the work we have done in the past and the work we will continue to do in the future. God bless. What's going on in this country related to bullying of any kind has hit an all-time high, not just with the children, but with the adults. Social media has become a breeding ground and a petri dish
Is she like
of
AI
all
doing
kinds of cyberbullying and other cyber harassment. What can we do? To be honest with you, keep reporting it if you see it. Don't become a victim. If you're a victim of what I'm going through, please consider reaching out to doxing at @night.agency. That's doxing at the symbol ATNIGHT.agency.
Please don't reach out to them. If they have nobody, who's answering the phones actually, Hong? Do they have a phone number we could call? I'll call them. I just call. I need their services.
Thank you and be safe online. Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well today. It's been a long while. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. I am currently watching the Leilani trial, and right now it has they have broke for lunch early. And I thought I'd pop on here because it's literally been almost a month since I have been on TikTok. I hope everybody's doing well. Hi, guys. I'm Bullhorn Betty. I cover true crime, and we've been covering the case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. As you know, this beautiful boy disappeared from his home from inside his locked home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and has not been heard or seen since. Since the date he went missing, his father, Seth Rogers, has been out looking for his son for many, many, many months to come up empty-handed. They've done land, they've done sea searches, water searches, and of course they've had the drone out there doing aerial searches since his son went missing on February 26th and has not been again seen or heard. There's been
where are you getting your info from, Betty? And please put a bra on.
multiple sightings of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers that ended up.
If I have to wear one, I think everyone should have to wear one. I mean, I'm just being honest. If we can all go without them, just let me know.
Not being him after being vetted by law enforcement personnel. And at this time, there are no current sightings that have not been disputed. This boy has been missing since February 26th. And again, I impress, has not been seen since that date. As you guys know, Dog the Bounty Hunter and Nick the Hat came along on this journey, decided to take their know-how and apply it and try to help find answers in the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. The FBI came up with a $50,000 reward. And since that time, Dog the Bounty Hunter, along with Nick the Hat, have increased that reward to $100,000, and it's just been recently increased to $125,000.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Where are they getting this 100,000 or 75,000 from? What does she say? How much is it now?
Along with Nick the Hat, have increased that reward to $100,000, and it's just been recently increased to $125,000. Because of all the hate that has been going on in this case, we have obviously initiated a federal lawsuit to try to get some of this hate subsided on these platforms. And while I don't know what the ultimate decision will be by the judge, all I know is for the well-being of new creators coming aboard these platforms, as well as the ones that are already here, don't deserve to have their lives utterly destroyed because they have an opinion about the case, whether popular or unpopular. So I just wanted to come here.
What'd she just say?
Here don't deserve to have a judge. All I know is for the well-being of new creators coming aboard these platforms, as well as the ones that are already here, don't deserve to have their lives utterly destroyed because they have an opinion about the case, whether popular or unpopular.
So we should clip that for Granny and barbecue. She just said everybody should be able to have an opinion, right? As I'm doing my makeup, but that's how we're going to roll over here on this channel. But seriously, like, she just said that nobody should be punished for having an opinion. Okay.
So I just wanted to come here, also let people know hate channels need to stop. We are right now campaigning.
I'm so sick of people calling other people hate channels. No one's a hate channel. Just because people don't like you doesn't mean that they're a hate channel. They just don't like you.
Stop the bullying. I've got some shirts on my Teespring account. If you guys would like to support the movement, please consider doing so. I'm going to continue to advocate for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, for his location and to bring him home safely. But every passing day that we spend on all of this nonsense, which you guys know, I have been adamant, I don't want to be involved in the drama. And no matter which way we turn, we keep getting sucked into the drama because we do not want to engage in it. And this has been very distracting for my pursuit, as well as many others, because we don't believe the way they believe. We believe in common sense. We believe in the evidence, and we believe.
Betty, you were not born with that gene. You were there. That's a special kind of person when you have common sense, and you have absolutely none. None.
Believe where the evidence is leading, and whether it looks good or does not look good, we have a right to have our opinions about it. So it will start getting back to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers where it needs to be. And I hope that all of you true crimers out there come along for the ride as we learn more about these cases, advocate for these cases, and seek the truth in these cases. Guys, this is just my one and done thing. I will be back, I promise. But there is the Leilani trial going on right now. You can watch it if you're interested in it. It's on Court TV as well as Law and Crime. I'm personally watching the Law and Crime. Oh, SPED teacher. It's nice to see.
She's not streaming it. She said she wasn't going to stream it. So she can sit down there for 30 days and cause havoc, wreak havoc, where people are dying in their home from hospice and they're unable to freaking do that because of Betty and her loud fucking bullhorn. So she doesn't, I hate that. She should be streaming the trial, but it's just, it cuts into her doing this shit.
See you, my love. It's nice to see you. We just want to get this nonsense to stop, the online bullying to stop. And I'm sure everybody on here would love it to stop, because most of you guys have children and you can't even imagine your children going through half the stuff that you see people go through here on these platforms. And to think that they're adults is a little more alarming. So we want to protect our children that are on this platform. We want to protect the creators on this platform. And we want to protect other people that are going to be coming on this platform in the future. This was wrong. What I've been going through is wrong. And I'm glad people are helping me fight the good fight for myself as well as others. So guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. We will be back to talk more about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and a few other cases that really do need our attention. We've got cases where a person needs to be held accountable for killing a young lady. We have another one that's just major sus with, situation going on, a kid, in a tree. We have a lot of stuff that we can be discussing, as well as Ellen Greensberg, which is the teacher.
Please don't talk about, you didn't even say her name right. It's Ellen Greenberg, not Ellen Greenbergs. It's not an ERGS, Betty. It's a
going on.
I don't even know. What's the kid? What about the kid in the tree? What case is that? I haven't heard of that. Has anyone heard of a case about a kid in a tree? I did hear about a baby in a after the hurricanes and stuff, that it was up in a tree in its bassinet or something, just sleeping, hanging out. Now that's a damn miracle. That's beautiful to see.
A kid, in a tree. We have a lot of stuff that we can be discussing, as well as Ellen Greensberg, which is the teacher that was. Don't.
We've been that for a long time on this channel. Please don't.
Apparently, law enforcement deemed as unaliving herself when she has, Freddy Krueger marks in the back of her head and neck. So it makes it a little impossible for a person to do that to themselves. And we've been watching that and monitoring that, but it doesn't look like a whole lot of traction. So we've got a lot of stuff that's coming up in addition to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And we are going to be continuing our full coverage on the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. I can't talk about this new case, this federal case that's coming out, as I am one of the plaintiffs in it. But just understand, we are not just fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for each and every one of you as well. So God bless, take care, and you'll see me soon.
Right. The party. It's just really funny to me that this is happening right around the time that Santa Claus is coming. Well, Santa Claus didn't make it here this year because Santa Claus didn't have any money. I'm out of my mind right now. Please leave a message said, Tanya, some of your expressions are priceless. I really can't help myself. I really can't. My face says it all. My mom used to say that. She's like, you can't lie. You're not good. Or just fake it, or my face has it all. So let's go to her newer video. Oh, that stirs. Let's see. Did she put anything on her community tab? 3 days ago. Oh my gosh. I did not want to see that face. I did not want to see that. Now look. 5 hours ago, breaking toddler and infant missing. Rico and Elijah something. 291 views. But when she talks about Sebastian, it's a lot more. She'll be going back to Sebastian next. I bet her next video is about Sebastian. I bet you. So let's listen to this one here.
Well, good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. I am back on TikTok and I am loving it. Today, we're going to talk about mainstream media. Are they getting it right? Is this a smear campaign or is it just bad research? Check this entire story out. This is a PI working alongside with a local reporter to smear and lie to the
local
public.
reporter.
And it makes me wonder, what do they have to hide and why are they working around the clock?
What? SF isn't working with the reporter
To stifle this information. There's an issue here with an unscrupulous PI, and now
you guys are the ones that are trying to shut people up.
A local news organization. And we need to know, did they intentionally get this wrong or did they just not fact find the story? Either way is a problem for me in mainstream media. Alternative media has been bringing light to.
Did she just say she's in mainstream media? You are not, Betty. You are not even close to. The only reason why you're in the media is because you're getting arrested.
These cases and truth to these cases in the absence of legitimate work from news organizations around this country. We love news organizations. I want them to thrive. I want all of us to work together in this environment, but it's hard when you see these horrible stories come out and the researchers, the producers, the board of directors, and the reporter don't do anything to actually fact check the information. It's a problem for me, and it should be a problem for you. Check this out. From the East Coast to the West Coast, here is you've been bringing that kind of work that we will keep the Bullhorn back, bring these victims' stories.
The same outfit every
God
time.
bless. God thank you to the continue. We brought.
She's supposed to be all over the world. She's in the same damn outfit.
Channel stories.
Betty.
Good morning, my beautiful people of TikTok. I decided to come live here first before doing the live on my YouTube channel. I'll be downloading this. I just wanted to come by, say hi to you guys. We're still advocating for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Listen, did WSMV get punked? I'm just curious because this Yahoo PI, which is not a legit, he's licensed. Licensed and being legitimate are two totally different things. This illegitimate PI, because he's not private, he's public. He tries to say he works.
Do you know what a private investigator is, Betty? It's not that they're private. It's not that they're secretive. They're not secret operatives, Betty. Private investigator, it means that you privately, retained them. You retained them privately. Betty, you don't know your head from your ass. Really?
Works for people, and licensed and being legitimate are two totally different things. This illegitimate PI, because he's not private, he's public. He tries to say he works for people, and I don't know if he does or not. But I keep wondering if WSMV is punked or they are just so in left field that they don't do their due diligence in their reporting, which is one of the reasons why I come on my social media, why I am part of alternative media. It's because of nonsense like this that gives good-hearted journalists and news reporting bad names. This is an unsubstantiated, not saturated in any type of fact, because what they're saying, they're claiming in their article that this private investigator has made a filing into our federal case. Well, that couldn't be any further from the truth. What am
He showed a receipt of it, Betty, that showed where he filed it.
I talking about? So WSMV decided to put this article up on their site. Now, there's this article. I'm going to read it for you. It says, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Seth Rogers, father of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, recently joined Dwayne Dog Chapman in filing a preliminary injunction against several people who have joined the search for the teenager. The injunction request cites interference and obstruction as the reason for the filing. One private investigator involved in the search, I'm not going to say his name because this is a publicity stunt more so than anything else. They state filed a non-party opposition to the injunction, claiming he is actively engaged in the search of Sebastian Rogers. A preliminary and ultimate permanent would undermine the real search for the boy. That's what him and his organization and the people he's affiliated with have been doing, and why he needs to get out of the case altogether.
So she's mad that somebody is going against her, which they should. Betty, you have been on Sebastian Rogers' case since May or June. You have been to Tennessee multiple freaking times, right? Multiple times. She's never searched for that boy. She's put up flyers on telephone poles. That was stupid, because everyone knows it's not, you can't do that. Around his own area where he's from, like, people don't know he's missing over there. You haven't done anything. Then they buy you the snake boots, because you can't search unless you have these $200 snake boots, or however much they cost. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, I looked them up. That's what they range for. And she leaves her snake boots at home every single time that she's been on to Tennessee. She keeps saying that she forgets them and then she can't search. Come on, Betty, be better than that.
But hey, if he's being paid by the mom and the stepfather to run interference and to have
you're getting paid by Tony. It said great job with the Bauer socks or something like that. I was in the chat. I saw that from my own eyes. It was a $50 super chat, and he said, go get yourself a steak. You earned it, or something like that. So yeah, Betty, you're the one that's getting paid.
These salacious claims, they can deal with that on a different situation. But my thing is this WSMV report is stating that this is filed in the case. I would think that if somebody is going to run a report, a smear campaign, or a counter article, you would think it would be saturated in fact, which it is not.
He didn't write the article.
As you see, this is pulled this morning, and there are 3 entries in this. There is a complaint, the preliminary injunction, and the receipt for the case. That's what's in the file as of today. WSMV ran a story knowing that this Yahoo did not file that into the case. This was all for smoke and mirrors. This is all nonsense, quite frankly, because if he had filed it correctly, you would see it right here. You do not see it. Let me move I don't think I'm going to be able to get my couch out of the way. Nothing's here. So why would they intentionally lie to their audience and the people that trust them to get their facts and reporting of the news there in their local area?
He has no reason to lie about it. I'll go into his page too.
Why would they intentionally and willfully lie? Now, they have the same case number. They have access to the same information, and they could have absolutely pulled all this information and chose not to do it. Chose to run with the story knowing that this is not filed into the case. This, to me, is a PR stunt. This is a way to get this man's name in this article. It's a way to smear and undermine this lawsuit. And WSMV, like I said, swampy area there in Hendersonville. And I have had high regard for some of, I didn't like Channel 5, Nick Barris. I won't talk to him, won't interview with him, won't have anything to do with him.
I don't care.
But WSMV is the news organization that gave us the green shirt interview. And just because somebody has a cute little file covering over their paperwork that they submit, they are acknowledging that it was filed into the court system. And I pulled all of this crap this morning just to be on the safe side before I reported incorrectly to my audience. And clearly there are 3 items here, only 3 items here, and nothing with a non-party opposition. And I don't know if he's going to actually be a non-party with all of his statements that he's made without corroboration or any scintilla of evidence related to Seth. I find it awfully funny that this Yahoo, this private investigator, is going around saying that Seth is a pedo.
All you have to do is the simple math. That's it.
And all this other nonsense related to Seth Rogers, the biological father of this missing boy. And yet he's waiting for a court proceeding so he can get the evidence. Dude, you're saying it out of your mouth. You would think that if you're saying it out of your mouth, you would have the evidence to support the statements coming out of your mouth. But it says, my standing as a non-party opposer in this arises from the plaintiff's attempts to secure a preliminary and permanent injunction, Fisher explains in his opposition, which would undermine the integrity of the investigation. You mean like lying under oath, like your client's lying under oath to secure a protective order, knowing damn well I've never threatened somebody, never even.
Betty, the only person that I know that was lying was you and that ponytail that Seth had.
Been around them, but that doesn't undermine this investigation. Okay, Cupcake. Again, we have WSMV. We have just caught lying about what's going on in this case, and literally
23 hours ago they fixed and they corrected what I guess was wrong with the article. SF Investigates put it on his Twitter, so that's probably how she figured it out that they even did it in the first place.
Taking everything this Yahoo says as truth, yet this filing is not in the federal filing, and they are providing a report to their audience that this has been filed in the federal filing. Please produce the federal filing that this is filed in, because it's not in our case. And that's what they're trying to say. But it was not about the truth. It was about giving this Yahoo a plug. Shame on WSMV for the reporting in this matter. So I wanted to clarify all the information for you. We have been going through the case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The reward has been increased to $125,000. $125,000. We can thank Dog, the bounty hunter, along with Nick the Hat, for their amazing contribution in trying to find answers in this case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I can tell you that his father is desperately missing his son. And with every...
Not one of those people, other than Seth a couple times, have looked for Sebastian. Tony has not looked for Sebastian. Nick the Hat has not looked. Hong, Betty, anybody that goes down there, none of them look. They drive around a little bit and they say we're looking for places to search. Like it's just ridiculous. None of you all are doing a damn thing to help find this boy. There's not a whole lot that anybody can do to help find this boy other than putting up flyers and getting his name out there. Forget about his mom. Forget about his stepdad. Forget about his dad. Forget about all 3 of them. Forget about them. Fuck them. They're who needs them? Apparently you guys need them to keep your grift going. Because if you didn't have that, nothing would be going on in this case. And you guys would have nothing. She would have nothing to talk about. We wouldn't even be talking about it. We'd be talking about some other cases she's messing up right now, you know? But she's still screwing with this one. almost a year
passing
later.
day, it gets a little harder and a little harder for him, as you guys can imagine. And to have to be dealing with all this from these yahoos is ridiculous.
Yeah, like
being
Seth
called a
and,
pedo when you're just trying
like Seth, or not Seth, I'm sorry, like Chris and Katie dealing with the yahoos.
to find your son. You've never broken a law. You're a deputy sheriff. You weren't even, they're making allegations that he did something with Katie back when she was a kid or whatever like that. Do you guys know that the time frame that they are talking about, Katie and Seth weren't even living in the same state? Weren't even living in the same state. Kind of hard to do the kinds of things that this Yahoo is implying were done when they weren't even in the same stinking state. Don't you guys agree that you need to be in close proximity, like face to face with one another, to do these acts that this bunk PI is stating? I'm just saying. You take it for what you will. Take it for what you will. But I don't think he is necessarily a
Well, she got notes or something on her phone.
A non-party in all of this. I think he's part of the problem. I think he's passing around bunk and unsubstantiated claims with no facts to support them. And I think you guys need to understand what's the difference. Is if you're going to say somebody is a pedo, you should have the evidence in your possession, custody, and control that suggests that. You shouldn't allege it and then ask for the collection of evidence to support it. And that's kind of where this whole true crime TikTok and YouTube thing has been going. It's like, oh, people can just say whatever they want out of their mouth without any supporting evidence. And then it's like, oh, well, you need to send us the receipts to prove us wrong. No, you need to have the receipts before you open your mouth and
What is she even talking about?
say something is fact when you don't have the receipts to support something as fact. And that's what we've been dealing with on these social media platforms. I do boots on the ground. I get the fact.
I think it's Delaware County. I just need to know the record number to search it. Delaware County, Pennsylvania, record search or something like that.
I don't open my mouth and say something's factual unless it's in my hot little hands and I can turn it around and say, see, so we've got to be smarter about this. Shame on WSMV for running this bunk story without doing one scintilla of fact finding or research to find out whether this Yahoo is being true. He played them for a PR stunt and they willingly helped him do it. So I thought this was an important story to run this morning about the failures of mainstream media in times like this. We have good mainstream media that do their due diligence before they run the story. And then we have crackpots who did this story. Tony Garcia decided to run this story without doing one scintilla fact finding. So Tony, you're in the hot seat. Do better in your reporting to your area that relies on you to have the correct facts. This was not filed. This is just a bunch of papers he sent to you. Don't know what to say. You were fooled. Get it right next time. But I think a correction is absolutely necessary in a situation like this. Guys, we will be on our YouTube channel for most of the day today. I'm still recovering from Helene as well as Milton. I finally got all of the shrubbery and debris. Well, not all of it. There's still the metal, but all the wood stuff and the fence. All the trees that were down. I had 5 down trees in my yard. Those have all been brought to the road. And I am just trying to recover from these horrible storms that made it onto my coast. As many of you know, I'm the west coast of Florida, and it has been very, very hard recovering from back-to-back storms. Never in my 45 years in this county, this is where I was born and raised, have ever experienced anything like this. I can tell you that. The destruction of my home over the last few years has been pretty great. I've lost my entire fence. Many of you know 2 years ago with Ian, I lost my roof. And so I'm just still.
Who paid for her roof? And who paid for the fence, I wonder? Subscriber, Sonia?
Putting one foot in front of the next and everything like that. We do have a GoFundMe. As you guys know, my freedom is in jeopardy because of this nonsense.
Get the frick out of here. Okay, you know, guys, I'm about to make me a GoFundMe. And it's just going to be a GoFundMe for fun. Just for fun. I'm just going to put it on there for fun. Because everyone else is doing it.
With these lies and being able to lie under oath, being co-signed by what, in my opinion, a corrupt sheriff's office, and I feel like I was jaded by the judge. So we're having to appeal everything, and we're going to continue to appeal it until we get it out of that county and move to a higher court, where I feel like I will be tried on the law.
It's a protection order. They're not going to take it to like the Supreme Court, Betty.
Instead of people's feelings and emotions. So at the end of the day, guys, we're still rocking it out with our coffee beans out. We're still advocating for this beautiful boy. His name's Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I hope you guys continue to support this channel. Continue. I don't have it with me. My mods usually put it in. I'll try to make a post later today with the information for the GoFundMe. But we're trying to raise $30,000. We're almost to about $4,000 in that account.
I look like crazy serial killer right now, whatever her name is. Eileen Warren is, because I have half my hair back. But did she just say she's trying to raise $30,000? And she already has $4,000? Some of y'all, I don't know, not y'all, I'm not saying, you know, have given her money for her to get $4,000? She wants to get $30,000? I don't even make that in a fucking year, guys. This is why it's pissing me off. This is why this stuff is pissing me off. Because for the people that do work hard on their channels every single day, every single freaking day, they don't ask for a penny. They get pennies for their videos. And then you got people like this. She can't even put a bra on or brush her hair before she comes live, getting $4,000 from people. And she just got $1,500.
The appeal's going to cost a lot of money. That's not, the GoFundMe's not going into my personal bank account. I am not playing those games. It is going directly over to my attorney's escrow account. So I'm not, I just want to clarify, because a lot of people do some sneaky and really underhanded crap on these platforms for money. I don't do GoFundMes. And this is going directly to my attorney. I don't mess with this stuff. I don't like GoFundMes. I don't like asking for money. But this is a situation I can't avoid doing it. And
coming from the lady that sat outside of Leilani Simon's house, telling people if they could send her just $1, just their last, even if it's their last dollar, she would say, even if it's your last dollar, I just need $1. I just need everyone to send me $1. But she doesn't like asking for money. Oh my God, get the heck out of here, Betty.
So I figured the best way to keep everybody's hands clean is just send it over to the attorney, have it go from GoFundMe right to his escrow account. And
does it do that? I want to see that GoFundMe. I'm gonna find it.
And I'm, absolved of any of the nonsense that people do on these platforms. It's ridiculous. It's scamming behavior, in my opinion. But however it may be, as soon as I can, I will. Yes, it is. You can go on GoFundMe. Let me show you what it looks like. Maybe that'll help. Hold on. Actually, I could probably GoFundMe. This is what it looks like. It says Stand With Betty right there. Oh, sorry. It says Stand With Betty. So I think if you typed in Stand With Betty, you'll be able to find it on there. But it says Stand With Betty, protecting truth and freedom. Protecting truth and freedom. But you'll see this right here. Sonia set it up. This is legitimate, even though it's not coming from me. This is a legitimate, this is going to my attorney. It's for $30,000 to do the appeals, and it gives you an explanation of everything down here, along with the link and the case number if you'd like to check out the case.
It's going to Sonia. It doesn't have anybody else on there. Like when you have a thing on here, it'll say organizer, and then it'll say like person. I don't know. It's like something that the person that it goes to. Let me like look up another one for you. Let me see. So this one here, okay. I'm going to show you how she's a lying biatch, okay? So her fundraiser, her GoFundMe, I mean, looks like this organizer, Sonia Elliott Nickley, whatever it is, okay, right? That's the contact. That's the person getting the freaking money. This is the only person on here. Look at this. I don't even want to read this. This is probably ridiculous. But yeah. Okay. So she's getting the money. Because if you look over here at Caleb Harris's GoFundMe, see how it says Emily, the organizer, and then beneficiary. That's who the money goes to. So her lawyer should have been right here where Randy Harris's name is. So that money is going to Sonia, which in fact, it's going straight to Betty. She's a lying woman. Liar McLiar. Could be fraud. Yep, didn't search for Sebastian, yeah. She posted the flyers on the freaking telephone poles. No, she didn't. No, and going after Terry Bowersock. Oh my God, what are you doing? Yeah, you know those gathering of voices, that bullshit stuff that you guys have, you know, with the 5 bikes and the biking rallies and stuff, all the biking rallies, giving all the money to Michaela's Mutts and everybody, but you know, putting it towards Sebastian or maybe like a reward or something like that. Why don't you take all them people that you got that you know that come for these things and start a search? Go search. I didn't even put it back on Betty. Sorry. I'm over here yelling about Betty and she's not even on.
And then with a gun, I was
It's
threatening them
crazy.
with a machete. All that you can see the videos themselves and exactly what was stated. I have never threatened anybody with fear of their life ever, and never would. It's illegal to do so. I pride myself of being lawful and legal. And so my attorney told me not to show up for that hearing because I wasn't properly served, and not only
except for the 44 times I was arrested.
That they only gave me 48 hours to get there. There was no way I was going to be there in time. And so they entered 3 of those orders in on default. And even though they were saturated in lies, and when we informed the judge that I was not properly served, the judge did not care. He violated my rights and kept those in place and took away my gun.
Everybody violated her. My email, I don't have an email for this channel, so you can just send it to titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. I need to make an email for this channel.
And then they turned around and arrested me for using hashtags and threatening to sue these people that lied under oath.
Because you ran up on them. You were at their house. You were at their campsite. You were at his work.
You can't, there is no contact there. I never met, I've never said a threat to these. I've never even spoken to these people with the exception, there is no contact there. I never met, I've never said a threat to these. I've never even spoken to these people with the exception of Chris at one time through Messenger. Other than that, I have not.
Terry Bowersock, Betty. Are you kidding?
I have not even spoke with the stepfather or anything like that. I mean, it was one time, and it was early. I think like around April or something like that. I forgot all about it, but
she did it.
That was it. I haven't seen these people, and so
she tried to reach out to Chris. This is what happened to get an interview. Chris said, "Get the hell out of here!" Right? Get out of here. I don't want to. I know he probably knew who she was. He was like, I ain't taking the bait. So she got mad. So now she's Team Seth. But if she would have got that interview with Chris in the beginning, I bet you she'd be Chris and Katie, Team Chris, Katie.
Judge didn't care about service of process, and they arrested me for hashtags and threatening to sue. My constitutional rights never threatened them with bodily harm. The man sat on in front of the judge and said he's never met me and he's never personally spoken to me, and I've never personally threatened the man. Yet they put a protective order. This is all orchestrated, and so we're fighting the disgusting and improper.
Only thing orchestrated is the crap that you guys are pulling.
Proper ruling, in my opinion. And I'm facing a year in jail for using hashtags. For using hashtags in Florida. Never threatened anybody, never broke a law, never did anything. So we're raising $30,000 to appeal all these bad rulings. I feel
I'm about to set up a GoFundMe for $30,000 for a freaking vacation. I think I freaking deserve it.
like when I go there on November 20th, this guy is just going to look to find a way to throw me in jail. He doesn't care about the law. All they care about is shutting me up. They're not worried about me causing any harm to anybody. It's all about my commentary. And that is the most un-American thing you can possibly do in America, is to stifle free speech and the freedom of press. And that's what this little county is doing to Bullhorn Betty. So we're standing up and saying, no, we're not doing that. And as a matter of fact, we are absolutely going after the people that helped orchestrate this, to me, as well as other people such as Chasing Crimes, Brittany J., a few other content creators that have been tagged ridiculously by this corrupt organization of content creators that are doing horrible things. So that's kind of where we sit right now. Then that's the purpose for the $30,000. We have to fight these horrible, because I can't leave that county where people can just use hashtags and lie under oath and get their way, and it be co-signed by law enforcement as well as the judge. Higher courts need to rein that crap in, and they need to rein that crap and lie under oath and get their way, and it be co-signed by law enforcement as well as the judge. Higher courts need to rein that crap in, and they need to rein that crap in very quickly. So we'll see what goes on with this afterwards, but you guys have a great day. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. We'll be here the rest of the week.
So basically that's Betty. Oh, whoops, that was my hairbrush. I'm sorry, guys. That was loud. Apparently, that's Betty and what she stands on. She's standing on that she didn't do anything wrong, that corruption. It sounds like the Karen Reed trial. Corruption. SF Investigate says that let me see. Regarding my he had a surgery, a tumor removed. Regarding my filing in Pennsylvania, it's still pending because the plaintiffs have yet to file proof of service, meaning the case isn't technically active with the court. Since the judge hasn't been assigned and the case isn't active, my opposition will remain in queue until that happens. So basically, what he's saying is theirs haven't went through. So if theirs don't go through and go to a judge, then obviously he has to, he can't have his opposition going through. He has to wait. It's a process. He has to wait for one filing, for the judge to see that filing, read it, call bull crap, and then see the opposition and be like, okay, he can kind of see what, or she can see what's going on. But I think that's all he's really posted, just other than they did correct the headline. And he's probably just taken a couple of days off to relax. I probably would too, I probably would too. But that's what I got for you for today. I was going to curl my hair, but I didn't. I probably should. It's kind of weird. But thank you guys all for being here with me. I appreciate you so much. I really, really do. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We do talk. We just talk about everything, and we're here daily. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. we're here almost daily. I don't want to say daily because, you know, I might not be here every day, but we are here a lot. If you're not subscribed to my channel over on Titanium Built, make sure you're subscribed over there. We do true crime. Sorry, we do true crime every night. This camera angle is like killing me. It's like so weird. It's like, there we go. That's a little better. Like, I don't know. That was just a weird angle. But thank you guys again for being here. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. Don't forget, like I said, make sure you're subscribed to Titanium Built. That's my main channel. That's where we go talk true crime. Subscribe to this channel. This is where we go to talk everything else that we want to talk about. If there's something that you want to hear, you want to talk about, let me know. You can email me at titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com or leave it in the comments below. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. You guys are the best chat ever. Really, you guys really are. I mean, really, look, like today, like we don't have trolls. We don't have like people in here really bothering us. So, and I love that. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Okay. I was like, I don't know how to get out of here. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you guys all tomorrow. If not, I'll see you tonight on the main channel, but if not, I'll see you guys over here tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye guys.